For today's spooky adventure, we find ourselves here at the National Museum of the United States Air Force once again. And today we are documenting the darker side of the museum. Apparently, they have some planes that are haunting this museum, and we are here to track them down. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are back at the Air Force Museum yet again. And today we are here to track down 4 known planes that are apparently haunting the grounds here at the museum. People have heard weird things, people have seen strange things happening, and I'm here to document it because we want answers. So let's go in and track these planes down and see what we can find. So before we head inside and venture around the Air Force Museum here, I wanted to take a quick look at one of the coolest planes they have on display outside beside the museum itself. This is a C-17, and I'll tell you why. It's one of the coolest planes out here. This C-17 that I'm standing next to was featured in Toby Keith's American Soldier music video, Transformers 1, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, and also Superman. So this plane here has seen the silver screen featured in some very iconic movies and also Toby Keith's American Soldier music video. The C-17 is on display in the parking lot to the left of the museum, and you can come by and visit it at any time you wish. And I think it's really cool that they have a piece of movie history outside here in the museum. So I have done a full-scale video on the movie plane here, the C-17. I've done it before, and you can go back and check that video out. Really cool. Goes into a little bit more depth than what we're doing here, but I just thought I would come by and show this plane because I think it's super cool. Yeah, as you can see, the back of the plane here, it is way high up there, and this is the rear hatch that they would have dropped Optimus Prime out of in the movie. How cool is that? If you watch the movie, you can see Optimus drive out and drop down. So little cool piece of movie history right here at the Air Force Museum. Making our way around the museum here, there are a ton of military artifacts from every branch, and with that being said, a lot of these artifacts are from people who have passed away either during service or after service. And I wanted to point out right here that this is the basewood cross placed on Quentin Roosevelt's grave by German troops at the time of burial. And there's a information board right here that kind of talks about the crash site. They also have this Ford Model T ambulance that used to carry soldiers either dead or dying inside of this vehicle here. And to think of the history behind this vehicle in itself is just purely amazing. So this plane here isn't one of the main reasons why we're here at the museum today, but I would like to point out that this is one of the Japanese Zeros that have survived from World War II dating back to 1939, and also these planes had a part in the attack of Pearl Harbor as well in 1941. As you can see underneath the wing there, the Japanese symbol. And it's really crazy that they have this plane on display here because these planes caused so much chaos when they were flying around. Coming up on one of the first planes that is suspected to be haunted is none other than the Strawberry Bitch herself. Air crews in World War II famously named their planes and included nose art to keep morale up. the Strawberry Bitch was no different. It's a B-24 Liberator bomber that served with the 12th Bomb Squadron, 376th Bomb Group of the 15th Air Force based in Libya and Italy, and featured a fiery redhead on its nose. So you can see there, that is the artwork that they put on the plane. Visitors and guards in the museum have reported strange lights inside the plane, rattling guns, and even an apparition of the B-24's belly gunner, who was reportedly killed in combat in the plane getting ready for takeoff. One janitor even reported being slapped by an unseen entity near the fuselage. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Strawberry Bitch. I wonder what the inside of it looks like, but take a look. The side of it there. There is a skull on the other side. And then on the other side we have the fiery redhead. Let's take another look. Right there we have it. Right here we have a flak damage M1911 .45 caliber pistol worn by Sergeant Roy Zarin, 97th Bomb Group, when his B-17 was shot down on November 20th, 1942. The enlisted cat badge is post-war Air Force and was included with the pistol when it was donated to the museum. So check out this pistol here. You can see how the slide on the top of it is damaged. Wow. That is some serious history there. So in these cases here, they are helmets that belong to bomber crews in 1942. You can see there are multiple shapes, different sizes. Just a lot of history here in this case. The next plane that we are here to locate is called the Bockscar. Now, it is a rather large plane. It is a B-29 Super Fortress bomber that dropped the atomic bomb, codenamed Fat Man, over the Japanese city of Nagasaki in 1941. The plane had been used on at least 3 other combat missions over Japan before dropping a nuclear weapon that leveled 44% of the city and killed 35,000 people. And over to the left of the plane is a replica of the Fat Man bomb that they dropped over Nagasaki. Some say the spirit of a small Japanese boy is forever attached to the Bockscar plane here. His spirit can be seen running around the area at night, usually when most people have left the museum. So take a look at the Fat Man replica bomb there that was dropped over Nagasaki. That is wild. Almost like the bomb Hiroshima that did some damage, but this one here did in fact drop the bomb on Nagasaki here. And apparently there is a spirit of a small Japanese boy attached to it. Take a look at the art there on the side. Walking through the main hallway here, I always like to take a look at some of the cool jackets that some of these soldiers wore during the time that they served. Some of them have some really cool artwork on them. You never know what you're gonna see. So we won't be able to see it from here, but the last pilot of the hop-along here was supposedly killed in the cockpit, and the seat is allegedly still stained from his blood. Some people have reported seeing a man in the pilot's seat flipping switches and preparing the aircraft for takeoff. Wow. So I wonder if anybody has actually been in there and checked out the seats to see if there is still blood stains in it. But this is a little information board that talks about the history of the Chickasaw here. But man, check this thing out. One big helicopter. So yeah, that's apparently the story of this one here. This here is the last of the aircraft that we are here to track down. This is the Black Mariah. It is a Sikorsky CH-3E, and it is similar to the Navy's amphibious Sikorsky S-61. It was used for combat rescue missions and secret special operations with the 20th Helicopter Squadron. Visitors have reported hearing the voices of crew members who flew in the helicopter, as well as the moans and groans of dying men who were being transported back to base. Before coming back to the museum here in Ohio, the Black Mariah was allegedly still riddled with bullet holes, and the moans of the dead usually show up at night. So let's see if we can find some of the bullet holes here. Apparently they are covered up on the side. As you can see, the little circles there. There are about 40 or so of those little bullet hole areas here on the plane itself. Mostly on this side, but apparently this is one that has been causing quite the stir here at the museum. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude our haunted tour, if you will, here at the U.S. Air Force Museum down here in Dayton. It has been very interesting to see and learn the history of each haunted aircraft that is here inside the museum. Some of the stories here are really, really interesting, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to document the darker side of things. Now, what I've shown you in this video is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this museum. Now, there are a ton more planes. There's a ton of more military artifacts here inside this museum. I did a full in-depth tour a while ago. I will post the link down below. You can go and check out that video if you want to see more planes, more artifacts. But this time, we came back to document the darker side of the museum. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The supposedly haunted planes aircraft here at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base Museum. It has been interesting, to say the least. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. And as always, take care, be safe, peace out. We'll see you on the next one. Stay spooky, ladies and gentlemen.